Yo, what's going on, guys? This is the Ecom boss, and in today's video I'm gonna go over a couple of things that you guys will need to keep in mind before you are scaling a product. We're gonna talk about credit cards, we're gonna talk about supplier problems, we're gonna talk about apps to calculate your profit, look at the ROAS, when to do this, when to do that. If you're ever planning on scaling a product, which you're watching my channel, I know you're gonna scale because you're probably the best dropshipper ever. If you're watching this channel, you're qualified to scale, you're good enough, right? So if you're doing that, I want you to watch this video for real, because if you don't listen to what I'm saying now, you'll get in huge problems. I'll tell you, it happens to everyone, but at least I could try to maybe help you avoid some parts of the headaches when it comes to scaling. So if you figure out that you like this video, or just be a cool subscriber already, guys, like this video, please. That's the only way to support a good creator. So if you like a video, I would appreciate it so much. So please, just guys, drop the like on this video. Come on. You guys can do it, okay? And then please subscribe, because we're so close to 2,000 subscribers if we haven't even hit it by this time when the video was live. And yeah, thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and should we probably just get straight into the video. So when you're scaling, you're gonna run into issues. We're talking banned ad accounts, credit cards. I've talked about it already. Do you have to use a credit card? Maybe not. We're gonna go over that in a second. Now I'm pretty excited to make this video. So what I said in this video is credit card for scaling. I think it's important. Do I think it's needed? No, absolutely not. But if you have a debit card and you have like $800 on it, for example, or just have some sort of card with $800, and then you scale, all of a sudden you get a bill by Facebook while you're sleeping, the ads just pauses because you don't have money on your card to pay it. That's a huge problem. The thing is, when you are scaling, because you never want your ads to stop. If your ads get stopped, the optimization just gets really bad. It's like a banned ad account. It's not cool. You don't want them to get stopped, and you don't want to turn off stopped ads either. Like when I turn off stuff, I duplicate it and turn it on again. Like you don't want to do that. You never want to get in a situation where your ads are stopping. You can always cut an ad set, you know, the bad ad set, but you don't want your good ad sets to just stop randomly. So what I'm saying, guys, is make sure you have some money on your card, and you can use credit card. The thing I was going to say, guys, if you're making profit every day, it shouldn't be too risky or scary of a move to spend money on ads. Like, so people might be like, I don't want to use a credit card because I could end up in debt. But what is the really scary part about using a credit card? If you're profitable every single day, if you're always profiting $200 a day, it shouldn't be scary to use a credit card instead of your own card. Yeah, I mean, everything could go sideways. You could owe them money, but if you're profitable, you know, shouldn't really be a problem, right? And if you see a downhill, you know, it just goes downwards, you could just stop using that card or stuff like that, you know. But I would not get in a situation where I just borrow $500 from a friend, and I promise to give my friend $500 back, then I have $800 on my debit card and another $1,000 on that one. You don't want to do that. And when you're scaling, guys, which this might sound super strange to you guys now, but keep in mind, when you're scaling, you're going to spend thousands of dollars a day, and you think I would never be able to afford that. But you're obviously spending thousands a day because you have money coming in, you're making money from your store, so you're just reinvesting the profits. I would highly recommend getting a credit card because you never want your ads to be stopped. You could choose the amount you want to have on your credit card. But like I said, if you're making money, it shouldn't be risky to spend money either, because you could always just turn it off if you see it's going down, right? So next tool here is going to be order metrics. I'll throw up a screenshot of order metrics here. When you guys are scaling, this is going to be super important. So whenever I have a product, this is for the people in my coaching program. If you want to get in my coaching program, you message me on Instagram here. Yeah, it's been a huge success so far. But what I always tell people in the coaching is that when you're scaling, for example, they start duplicating ads, they start getting $25 a day, maybe they start spending like $200 a day on ads, $150 a day on ads. They're generating some sales and they're starting to spend a good amount of money on ads. I would recommend them to go to ordermetrics.com, and make sure that they, you know, put in their email and everything, because they have a 14-day free trial. And if you're making $300 a day now, and within the next 14 days, you're probably going to make like 5-6K a day, right? So I would recommend you guys to just download Order Metrics when you start seeing that I'm actually starting to spend some money daily and also gathering some sales, because Order Metrics could calculate your net profit, your gross profit, your average order value, net profit especially is what you want to focus on, right? And you could check for every single day, Thursday's net profit, this whole week's net profit, month. You could check all of that in because it calculates your ad spend. You connect it with your ads manager, your Shopify, your products, everything. That's it, guys, and don't be afraid to spend. The next thing I want you guys to be super careful about, I said this in one of my previous videos actually, is that suppliers can raise their price. So whenever you go to bed, whenever you wake up, and also in the middle of the day, check the supplier. Check if he's actually increased his price, because sometimes these suppliers do really bad moves. You might go to sleep at 8 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. So when you go to sleep at 8 p.m., the product cost is now $7. When you wake up at 5 a.m., the product cost could be 20. These suppliers really do that. It's not cool at all. They can like 3x their price just out of nowhere. Supplier is obviously screwing himself over. It's gonna be his problem, but you're the guy dropshipping it, right? So that means the scary part about this isn't just that he's raising the price. The scary part about it is if you're sleeping while he's raising the price, you're making a lot of sales that's not profitable. If you buy it for $7 and sell it for $39, and the supplier increases the price to $35, then you're only $4 profit margin. And if you're making 200 orders while you're sleeping, with that new price of the supplier, you're gonna lose money the whole night. You're gonna lose a ton of money just while you're sleeping. So always pay attention to the suppliers raising prices. Always see if you can have another supplier too. That's the thing. Always be on the look, because AliExpress suppliers, you know, they sell the same products. It's time to drop a like on this video, guys. Please click the like button and make sure you subscribe. But always watch the suppliers, guys, because you could get in huge problems. And one other thing you guys could do is to just go into AliExpress, like I already said, and browse suppliers for the same product. Search it up, because there's a lot of suppliers undercutting each other, selling the same product for cheaper, similar things like that. So I'd pay attention to that. You want to get in touch with a supplier, that's actually an easy thing to do. However, the only problem with some of these suppliers is that they don't always respond. That could be a huge problem. But if you go to the suppliers page, you scroll a little bit down on the left menu, the supplier will have a contact us page. So what I want you guys to do when you're starting to make some numbers a day, I wouldn't do this from the first second, but when you start getting some numbers a day, go to that page and then type in your WhatsApp, say like, hey, can we get in touch here? I'm making this and this, you know, I'm making 50 orders a day, 100 orders a day. Go to the contact us page on the AliExpress supplier. Make sure you get in touch with the supplier. Try to get him on WhatsApp is my tip. And then you could negotiate deals. You could try to get a lower cost in the product. Maybe you could get quicker shipping. There's so many things you could do. You could try to be prioritized. But I'm just saying, definitely get a stable relationship with your supplier, because it could benefit you guys in so many different ways. And if you buy your product for $10, but the supplier is able to get it down to $6 or $5 for you, that's a really, really big difference, because then you could also drop your product costs on your page, and the lower you sell a product for, the more people will be able to afford it, so you make more sales. Or you just keep it the same, but you have a better margin, right? And also another thing you guys want to do before scaling is to set up an express shipping, so you could upsell. You want to get your upsells in place. I mean, you don't have to get upsells in place right before you scale. You could do it in the early scaling phase, for example, when you're making like 10 to 20 sales a day. You don't have to do it straight before you're scaling, right? But I would definitely implement that part, because you can have one free shipping, that's free shipping. You can have another one that's $5, which is going to be express shipping. That's e-packet. You buy the e-packet for $2, so you now made $3 profit just by selling the express shipping. Super cool thing to do. So I always implement express shipping. When I get into scaling, I'll start upselling as well. If I, for example, sell a toothbrush, you could start upselling for another $7 for example, teeth whitening kit. There's so many ways to go around it. Or you could sell face mask, which I wouldn't recommend. But if you sell 2 face masks, you could upsell a third one for just $2 more. That's a good way for you guys to make money, to get your upsells in place too. Another thing I wanted to cover here, guys, is get in touch with an agent. You don't actually have to get in touch with the AliExpress supplier. I would recommend it though. But if you go into a group called AliExpress Dropshipping Group on Facebook, I think it's something similar, but I'm pretty sure on Facebook you just search AliExpress Dropshipping Group and then get into this. You will find a lot of agents in China, but you will also find some in the United States that could supply a product. They have warehouses, they could ship out for 7 days. So there's difference, guys, between an agent and a supplier, right? So trying to get in touch with an agent in China that could, you know, ship out your orders within 7 days, for example. It could also be an agent in the United States, like I said, guys. But definitely recommend you guys get in touch with an agent, because they could probably ship out your orders in like 7 to 10 days, which is a huge return on investment. That's the best scenario you guys could ever be in. And they could also get you guys cheaper deals, because they maybe know suppliers, they work in China, they know how everything is, you know, produced. So that's super big, guys. Get in touch with an agent. One time I got in touch with an agent before I tried the product, because the product was not in AliExpress. I didn't even know about it. I just, honestly, guys, this might sound weird, but I got a spam email by an agent. Just send me, it was not an email, but an agent just sent me a message on Messenger, like for the Facebook app, and said like, hey, check out this product. I now got it, and it was a sick product. It made 7K a day, 48 hours into it, just because I got in touch with an agent. So agent could actually be a way for you guys to do your product research. You could talk to an agent and just say, hey, what's your next trend product? Which product is starting to trend now? Can I catch a trend early? Talk to agents like that, because they might have products that you guys didn't know they actually had. They might have products you didn't know was on AliExpress. They might have so many ways to work around it. So using agents for product research is a super smart thing to do. Next thing, I actually have a couple of guys being scared about supplier not shipping out orders. I feel like that's a risk you have to take. You can't just, you know, wait and see if it ships out orders. If you want to scale and test a product, you got to take that risk. Honestly, it is how it is. You could check the reviews, of course. If the reviews are 5, it's most likely shipping out his orders, but you can't just delay your success because you don't know if the supplier is going to ship out orders. You know, that would be such a waste of time. So honestly, guys, you have to trust the suppliers. I know there will be a couple of suppliers that doesn't ship out orders, but most of them actually do. It's not like you sign up to AliExpress to scam people, you know, that would be really weird. So one thing you guys could do is probably to set up like a live sort of customer support. It could be a bot or something, but I would hire a VA for you guys to do the customer support, make sure the customers get the perfect support. You guys also want to have a refund policy. That's going to be super important, because if you get chargebacks and everything, if you just show PayPal your refund policy and they charge back because, hey, I didn't like the product, and you say only refunds if the product is destroyed, they will not win that chargeback. And for example, you know, if you have a chargeback and you say the product haven't arrived yet, and you got that chargeback 15 days into it, your shipping policy says it could arrive 30 days into it, it's too early to charge back, which could give you guys a chance, you know, to win. So definitely, guys, actually have a good refund policy. Don't just copy a refund policy without reading it. You never want to have like a 60-day risk-free trading type of thing. That's not a good way to go around whatsoever. Also, guys, before scaling, get super good reviews. You don't have to brand your store yet. I think that's kind of early, but you could brand it later on in the scaling phase. When you're going to scale, if you see a product starting to pop off, right? You see that I generated 3 sales a day a week ago. Now I'm starting to generate 20 sales a day. Get a VA, guys, because if you get a VA too late to ship out your orders, he's not going to do it either. There's so many kind of weird VAs out there. I recommend you guys to implement a VA for customer support and also implement a VA when it comes to shipping out orders, because shipping out orders is going to be a headache. But these guys, they're pretty skilled at shipping out orders. They know how to do it. I'm not going to say how much I pay my VAs because it is pretty good, but the normal pay for a VA is $0.20 to $0.25 per order. That's 25 cents. If they ship out 4 orders, they get $1. That's a pretty good way for you guys to get a VA without, you know, cutting too much into your margins. A VA can be found in Facebook groups, like for example, AliExpress Dropshipping group. Just say making this amount of sales every day, need a VA. That's also how you can get in touch with an agent saying, I'm running a product, I'm getting 50 sales a day, DM me, and then a supplier DM you, you give him the product, and you now figure out a deal. So if you guys found this video helpful, please remember you go down and click a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the Ecom Boss channel. Appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you be the best version of yourself, because you guys can make this thing happen. So like and subscribe and comment, because Ecom Boss to 2K. If we're over 2K, let's try to push for 3K. I'll see you guys in the next video.